Have you ever stopped yourself from looking for a new credit card or a car loan because you were afraid it would hurt your credit score? It's a super common fear, and today we're going to pull back the curtain on credit inquiries and clear it all up. You're not alone if you felt that little knot in your stomach, the one that says, uh-oh, if I let this bank check my credit, my score is going to tank. A lot of us feel that way, but it turns out the system is a lot smarter than we give it credit for. So first, let's get on the same page. What even is a credit inquiry? Well, it's just what it sounds like. It's anytime someone, a lender, a potential landlord, or even you, pulls your credit file to take a look. But, and this is the big but, there are two totally different kinds of inquiries. You've got your hard ones and your soft ones. And honestly, knowing the difference between these two is the absolute key to confidently managing your credit. This right here is the main event. It's the one thing you need to remember from this whole explainer. Not every peek at your credit report is the same. Some matter, and well, a whole lot of them don't matter at all. All right, let's break this down. First up, the hard inquiry. Think of this as officially applying for something. You're filling out an application for a mortgage, a car loan, a credit card. You're asking for credit. This one can cause a small temporary dip in your score, and other lenders can see it. But then you've got the soft inquiry. These are totally harmless. We're talking about those pre-approval letters you get in the mail, background checks, or, and this is a big one, when you check your own credit score. These have zero impact, zip, zilch, and they're only visible to you. In fact, you're probably getting soft inquiries all the time without even realizing it. You check your score on an app, that's a soft pull. A credit card company sends you a "you're pre-approved" offer, soft pull. Even your existing bank just keeping an eye on your account to see how you're doing, you guessed it, soft pull. And none of these things hurt you. And I really want to hammer this point home because it's so important. Financial experts all agree. Soft inquiries have no effect on your credit score. Period. End of story. So go ahead, check your score as often as you want. Okay, so we've established soft inquiries are your friend. They're totally fine. Now let's tackle the one that causes all the anxiety, the hard inquiry. But don't worry because the system actually has a really smart feature built in to protect you when you're shopping for a big loan. So let's just get right to it. What's the actual damage? When you go for that loan and get a hard pull, what are we talking about points-wise? On average, it's about 5 points. Yeah, 5. Now, it's not nothing, I get it, but it's definitely not the catastrophe some people think it is. And the most important word here is temporary. And just how temporary are we talking? Well, after just 1 year, FICO scores stop even looking at it. And after 2 years, poof, it vanishes from your credit report completely. So really, it's a very short-term thing. Okay, but here's the million-dollar question, right? You're being a smart consumer. You go to 5 different lenders to find the best car loan. Does that mean your score drops 25 points? No. Thank goodness the system is designed to prevent exactly that. This number, 45 days, is your new best friend when you're loan shopping. This is what's known as the rate shopping window. Basically, the scoring models give you this chunk of time to get as many quotes as you need for one specific type of loan. And hey, don't just take my word for it. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau says it loud and clear. As long as all those car loan inquiries happen within that 45-day window, they all get bundled together and count as just one single inquiry. The system knows you're shopping for one car, not 10, so shop away. And get this, there's even another safety net. For the big stuff, mortgages, auto loans, student loans, FICO scoring models will completely ignore any inquiries that happened in the last 30 days. So you get a bit of a freebie period to get your shopping done without an immediate ding. So, we've been talking a lot about inquiries and reports, but who are the companies behind all this? Who are these gatekeepers of our financial data? Let's take a quick look. At the center of it all are the credit bureaus. You can think of them as giant financial libraries. They don't write the books, but they collect all the information from your lenders and organize it into your own personal story, your credit report. And in the US, there are 3 big names in this game: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Each one keeps its own separate file on you, which is why your score can sometimes be a little different from one bureau to the next. Now, this is a super important distinction to make. The bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, they just collect and report the data. They do not decide if you get a loan. The lender, the bank you're applying to, they're the ones who look at the report and make the final call. The bureaus are just the messengers. All right, now that you know the rules of the game, it's time for the best part, Let's talk about how you can take all this knowledge and use it to be in the driver's seat of your own credit life. And here's some fantastic news. You have a right to this information. Federal law says that you can get a free copy of your credit report from each of those three big bureaus once every single year. And it's pretty easy to do. You just go to the one official government-approved website, annualcreditreport.com. From there, you can request your reports. Once you get them, it's time to put on your detective hat and just look them over for anything that seems off. So, what are you looking for, exactly? Make sure your name and address are right. Look for any credit cards or loans you don't recognize. And definitely check out that hard inquiries section. If you see a hard pull from a company you've never dealt with, that's a huge red flag for potential identity theft, and you need to dispute it right away. So, what's the big takeaway here? It's that knowledge is power. Understanding that not all inquiries are scary and knowing how to use that reach shopping window completely changes the game. You're no longer just a worried applicant, you are now an empowered, confident consumer. So, go on, shop smart,